Well, howdy everyone. I am back. Of course, I never left, right? We all know that, like I've reported before, uh, things are a little bit different now with the amount of time that I can spend working on the plane, but I do still work on it mostly on weekends at this point. So I haven't left. I've been working, it's been 3, maybe 4 weeks. I think 4 weeks since I've made a video. So I've been out here every weekend. I haven't missed anything really. I plug away on Saturdays and Sundays, but I'm still doing the avionics, and that's a very slow, tedious process. So I have been working. I haven't been ignoring you guys, and I'm getting some stuff done. So since it's been quite a while, I thought I'd get you caught up on what I've been doing. So again, just more avionics stuff, nothing too exciting, but I am now at the point where I'm starting to wire in the switches. And the main components are all in and done. Of course, I've got some of them removed, as you can tell. I've got the EFIS taken out, and I've got this comm radio here comes in and out quite frequently because I have cables, wires that run underneath it. But the main components are all in and wired, and now I'm just working on switches. So I thought I'd take a moment just to show you what the layout looks like so far. Nothing fancy. These are just simple push button switches, and I have them laid out in just a random order basically. There's really no rhyme or reason. The biggest push for this layout is I'm trying to save as much space as possible because I'm using the glove box, which I know a lot of people don't use the glove box because it takes up space in the panel, but storage for me is quite important. So I opted to go with the glove box. And so, of course, I want the EFIS in front of me, so I put that in front of me, and then I'm basically trying to keep everything on the left side of the panel as much as I can, leave as much open real estate on this side of the panel for future whatevers. It could be a mounted iPad of some sort. It could be another EFIS of some sort. Who knows? So rather than having everything sprawled out across the entire panel, I'm trying to keep everything on this end for now and leave that open for expansion at some potential later date. So I've talked about these different things before. I'll just go through them again real quick. Of course, the EFIS, the black cover there is a 2-port USB thing. And then that's the mistake that I made. That's why there's a cover plate there. That is the EIS, the engine engine. What is that? EIS? Is that right? The engine information system. That's the warning light for that. A couple of dimmers, of course, the ELT. The round cutout there is for a liquid compass. And I don't know if you can see those two. There's these two screws here on the back side of the panel. That's part of the ELT setup. And then I've got an outline around it here, this box here. This is where I'm going to mount my little portable EFIS. It's a Dynon D3, I believe. I think that's right. That's just going to get Velcroed to there. And then, like I said, I've got some warning lights on this side. I've got switches, push button switches for different things. And then across the top here are mostly magneto stuff and lights. I've got a couple of others that I still need to deal with, but those are not in yet. Very simple, very straightforward stuff. But just as a demo to give you guys something to look at, I've got a very temporary, obviously 9-volt battery hooked up, and all of my push button lights are LEDs. So I have them wired. You can wire them different ways, but I have them wired so that when they're on, they light up. And I'll just engage all of these now. Nothing is connected. This is a momentary switch. That's for my autopilot disengage. So that's just a momentary switch there. But again, Nothing too exciting, but it's been a while, and I figured I should maybe do something. So, and it gets a little strange with these switches because I'm running the VPX, and with the VPX you can use lighted switches, obviously, because that's what I'm doing. But you have to get certain types of switches, and you have to wire them a certain way. Most lighted switches that I've looked at for 12 volts, the connections for the LED light on the switch itself and the how can I say this? So the circuitry for the light on the switch itself has to be separate from the rest of the switch. So most lighted switches, they draw power for the light from whatever it is that they're trying to power, right? Am I not saying that right? Why can't I talk this morning? So anyway, these particular switches have 4 connections on the back. 2 of the connections are for whatever it is the switch is going to run, and the other 2 connections are for the light itself. And then depending on how you wire that, you can have the light on the switch on all the time, or you can have it come on only when you push the button, when the switch is engaged. So that's how I have them wired. And then for the VPX part, you have to use a diode as well. And I think I've talked about that before. So these switches are done a little bit different. They each, if whatever switch is connected to the VPX, those get a diode, and you have to make sure that the light circuitry on the switch is separate from the circuitry going to the VPX there. So that's it. I am knee deep wiring switches. I'm going to be working on those the rest of today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday. And if all goes well, I've been saying this for the past 3 weeks. I come out here on a Saturday, I'm like, all right, by the end of this weekend, I'll have this done. That was like 3 weeks ago. It just takes a lot more time than I expected, and it's a slow process. So now I'm at the point where I think I might maybe be able to get this wiring completed by the end of the day tomorrow. I know there's some things that I still need to do. Over there, I doubt if you could see it. Over there I have the glove box itself, and I put a light in that glove box, and I almost forgot about it. But that's going to have to be installed, and then I'm going to have to make sure I wire that light in with the rest of these lights. And of course, the panel I want to be removable, just because personal preference. So everything on the panel needs to be able to disconnect and come off. So I have to make sure I put some kind of a disconnect on that glove box light, because the glove box gets riveted to the panel and it comes out with the panel. So the light that's attached to the glove box, that needs to be able to be disconnected electrically so it can come out as a unit. So we'll see, but fingers crossed. I'm not getting too hung up on it. I believe I might be able to finish this up this weekend, but we'll see. So that's that. Again, nothing exciting, but I know it's been a while. I just wanted to get on here and give you guys an update. So more wiring, more switches, more LEDs, and we'll talk to you guys later.